All right, so we're going to go ahead and start again with solving general equations and linear equations. And this one is a little bit different from before because we have something inside here that we haven't seen yet. What we have inside here are these grouping symbols. And they are everything that is inside the parenthesis. So whenever you have a grouping symbol, what you're seeing here and what this is saying is it's saying to take that number 2 and to multiply it times both of the pieces inside the parenthesis. So the first step I need to do is take the 2, and if there's a sign, if that 2 is negative, you would take that negative with it, but we don't in this case. It's a positive 2, so I take that positive 2 and I multiply it times 3y. That will give me 6y. Then I go ahead and take the 2 and multiply it times my 5. That gives me a plus 10. Then I have to bring down the negative 11 over here is equal to, and I'm going to this property that I'm using right now is called the distributive property. I'm taking the 3, I'm going to multiply it times 5y, which makes that a 15y. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the 3 and multiply it times 1, which is just in this case a positive 3. Because this is really saying this is a positive 3 times a positive 1. And then the next piece is to bring down the plus 25. Now, because I have two sets of numbers on both sides of the equation, I'm going to combine like terms. And what that means is I'm going to go ahead and add together the numbers on both sides of the equation. So what I have, I'm going to take my 6y and bring it down, and this is 10 minus 11, so that becomes 6y minus 1 is equal to, and on the right hand side of the equation, my 15y comes down. And then I add 3 plus 25, which gives me my 28. Now we're not done. We're still solving for my variable. So now I'm going to move my numbers, and it doesn't matter whether you move your numbers or your variables first. I'm going to take that 1 and bring it over. I do that by adding 1 to both sides. Then I'm left with 6y is equal to 15y plus 29. Now I take my 15 and move it over. I do that by subtracting 15y from both sides. And I have 6 minus 15. So watch your signs with this one. The 15 is larger, so that means that my answer is going to be negative. And that gives me a negative 9y is equal to a positive 29. And now my very last step is to divide both sides by negative 9, leaving me with y is equal to 29 over 9, and my answer is negative. All right, let's try one more of those. This one, we only have 1 5 to distribute to both sides. So that leaves me with 5 times 3x, which is 15x, and 5 times 4, which is my plus 20, is equal to 9x minus 9. I want to go ahead and subtract 20 from both sides, which leaves me with 15x, that's become 0, is equal to 9x. I go ahead and combine the 9 and 20. Since they're both negative, I add them together, and that leaves me with a negative 29. I subtract 9x from both sides. And now I'm left with 15 minus 9 is equal to 6x is equal to a negative 29. And lastly, I divide both sides by 6. 6 over 6 is equal to 1x is negative 29 over 6. And that will be your final answer with that.